say. There are a ton of new features to dive into with this game, but we really pushed forward even the most fundamental aspects of what makes a Call of Duty game with Modern Warfare 2, and it's been really amazing for me to come on board this past year and see these innovations coming to life, to hear Jeff jump into, you know, breaking down the 1v1. And personally for me, water. Our water, I've seen the memes, we love water. It's really hard to make in games. But the aquatic
Maybe some
combat,
1v1 challenges?
some of the things you're able to do with vehicles in the water, I think that level of immersion is really going to speak to fans and has been something that I've really enjoyed playing the last couple months.
Aquatic combat. Steph loves to swim. Joe,
Sure
can we go into some details about our water-based adventures in MW2?
Yeah, I mean, last game we really wanted to add water, and we knew we didn't have time, right? So in Verdansk, we froze the rivers and we made the outskirts just a kill trigger. In this game, as soon as we started Modern Warfare 2, we leaned into water, both visually, beautiful caustics, there's waves with white caps, but we also, the gameplay side, there's unique ballistics underwater.
Are you all the way up in quality?
Underwater. Your pistol is your weapon underwater. Otherwise you can't use your primary weapons. But it's also a nice cover or evasion mechanic. If you're getting shot at,
yeah, straight up underwater. That's fucking nuts.
And as you get deeper, it gets murkier.
Oh, you can
like
shoot underwater too. That's
from
lit.
something you can't see it. And so it's been super fun for us to dig into water and really flex on what water could be.
So I gotta ask, I like the idea of having the water, being in boats, shooting underwater, all that. How much of that do you think is actually going to end up being used when you're in the middle of a battle royale? Like I just picture like you want to be like battle royale is so fast paced. Like, are you really going to hop in the water and start swimming? No, because some asshole's going to be up on the hill and blast you away in 2 seconds.
True.
Or like if you're on a boat, you're limited to space. Like I just don't see that as being very like it's cool, but I don't see it as being very like I don't know. I feel like they're not going to use that a lot, or it's not going to be used or utilized a ton. I feel like, unless like they make half the fucking map water.
Yeah.
Like if it was just like islands or something, but I don't think that's the case.
In Call of Duty, and you saw the boats and the mine that floats, and every piece of equipment has been filtered. Like, how does it work through water? Like, we had to look at everything in the game and say, how does it work in water? What's the best version?
Our vehicles will just slowly submerge. Yeah, really would, instead of blinking out.
Yeah, everything.
A lot of details.
The behaviors are awesome.
Oh my God! Well, I can't quite wait to literally dip my toes into those waters. But guys, let's not forget about the ground and the air. Like, I mean, what else?
I don't know. I think boat fights will be pretty lit.
What do we got?
Well, you know, last game we did mount, and we had slide, and even though
Can you hear
we're
me?
a military shooter, fluid movement is super important to us. So this game, as you saw in the trailer, you can see here on the video, we have a new ledge hang mechanic, and that's essentially a high mantle.
Cool.
But
I like that mechanic.
Hell yeah, dude.
Combat, you can now peek. You have a pistol, you can pull that pistol out and use that. We also added a dive. You know, last game we had the slide that kept your gun up, but we really wanted players to have an option where if they're getting shot at, they don't know where they're getting shot at, they can get down, get out of fire. But the other really cool thing is the dive's just high enough to let you get through a window. And so if you throw a grenade up into a building's second story, often you'll see players, you know, like rats leaving a ship, diving out through the windows. And it's just another option for players in combat.
Yeah, and all of these dynamics.
You know what's going to happen, right?
What's that?
This is what's going to happen. I'm going to try the peek mechanic for the first time. Yeah. My head's going to pop up, and it's going to get sniped right the fuck out instantly. That's exactly what's going to fucking happen, dude. Like, even remember, like, in last Call of Duty where, like, you had the lean mechanic? You could lean, across the level. I feel like every time I did that, I just got fucking deleted in 2 seconds.
True. I've never utilized it once.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's such fast-paced, like, combat and stuff that, like, me doing that in the heat of battle is just, I don't know. It just doesn't compute.
True. That's fair. Yeah.
It's because we suck.
Yeah, we don't think that fast.
You can interact with vehicles specifically in a very cool way. I'm gonna save some of that gas for when we get to Warzone 2.0, but it's really exciting.
All right, vehicle details to come. But now, guys, let's talk about equipment. Obviously, Call of Duty, crazy sandbox, a lot of cool toys to play with. Joe, what are some of the new dynamite new items that we're going to be throwing at each other and equipping?
They say sandbox, but it's not a true
you saw some cool
sandbox.
stuff in the trailer.
You
You
got
saw
fucking
the
circles
you saw the
closing in on
shock
you.
stick.
Yeah, true.
One of the other cool ones you saw is the inflatable decoy. And this is a mine that you can throw out, and it basically sits there, and if a player gets close to it, it auto-deploys and basically inflates like a car airbag going off.
What?
And it faces
Whoa,
the person
that's
that triggered it, and so it's a great distraction technique. You can also fire it off with a clacker if you want to control when it goes off. You can throw it in water, and here you just saw the DDoS. We added all this equipment into this game, and the DDoS is our kind of answer of like, hey, I'm going to breach this building. I want to go clean house, but I don't want to deal with all the shit inside. So I'm going to hit the DDoS. Boom! It's going to shut down everything, and I can move in, and clear that room. You saw the heartbeat sensor is back. It's got a new look.
Fuck the heartbeat
it also has
sensor.
a battery as a balancing mechanic, so you can't use it.
Everyone stopped
indefinitely in
using it
Warzone.
by like the third fucking patch.
This is the tac cam too, which
Yeah.
you guys just saw, which to me is a personal favorite.
You can put out a lot of them, and even you can patch into your teammates. So you can. It gets a little crazy.
Yeah, kind of like a sticky GoPro, but will actually mark your enemies for.
That's dope.
Sounds like it's gonna get frustrating.
If you're
I expect to see a
bro,
lot
think
of-
about that though. If you're, let's say you're playing a sniper, right? And you can throw those like sticky kind of cameras like in the entrance of a building or in the corners, like, or whatever, and like you can just keep tapping into those, or it like alerts you when there's like people coming.
Yeah,
Like the snipe game is gonna get wild in this.
for sure.
It's gonna get crazy, especially since like you have that decoy too. So you pop that decoy further down the building that you were in or something, that thing deploys and people start shooting at you. You'll know they're coming. You can bounce out and get around the other side or something. You know what I mean?
Well, not really bounce out because there's no more slide cancel, but yeah.
True.
Yeah,
How do you feel about that?
I like it. I'm actually
Me too. Thank fucking God.
Yeah, fuck slide cancel, bro. One of the most toxic fucking things ever.
Yeah, because I can know how to do it.
I knew how to do it. It didn't
There's
fucking
so
help me
many
one bit.
so many toys and new tools that we're like we just want players to get in and play with. I think there's something like 13 field upgrades, between Warzone and Core MP, and it's pretty awesome.
Oh my God. Until they all get DDoS. All this talk about equipment, it reminds me, I mean, that's one element to look at now, but we've also got Gunsmith, brand new Gunsmith. Guys, what can you tell me about it? And
This
how
is
it
what I'm
changes
hyped
the way that
for.
we, level our weapons and manage them. I mean, what's going on there?
Yeah, so the new Gunsmith allows players to build out their weapons more smoothly than ever before. We
There's
put
no
out some
loadout,
videos
though.
yesterday for the Intel
There is
docs.
loadout.
I hope people dig into those if you want a better look at Gunsmith 2.0. But we're really looking at unprecedented opportunities for weapon customization. And the new weapon platforming will actually allow players to unlock universal attachments through cross progression. So we saw a lot of really positive feedback from the community yesterday. This is sort of intended to, decrease the grind. You're no longer unlocking every single attachment for every single weapon. There will be
Which
some
is
shared
fucking
attachments through.
Finally.
Dude, so basically what they're
Fucking
saying, right, is like you have different classes, assault rifles, SMGs, shotguns, whatever. If I unlock a red dot with an assault rifle, I unlock the red dot for every assault rifle.
Yeah.
So that's, dude, think about that though, because that everyone has their favorite weapon, right? We all know that. We all have like something that we gravitate towards. Yeah. As the game is been out for a while and new weapons come out and you want to try something new, you don't have to try it at like stock where you're like not sure if you like it or not. You can pop on all your favorite attachments and know right away if it's something you're going to use.
Oh yeah, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get more of the fucking younger people who are less patient with things like that to play these games, because right now what's the dominator? Like,
listen,
it's fucking Fortnite, right?
Yeah. Listen, guys like me and you I have been playing those grind games forever. Like I said, I'm like a lifelong WoW player. You want to talk about people that fucking grind? It's fucking MMO players and shit like that. So like anything like I'm okay with grinding shit, but knowing that I can come into this now and work on a specific class and like then build out any gun I want after I've finished one class, like that's so fucking appealing. Yeah. It honestly, like, I'm assuming you're still gonna have like gold camos and diamond and all that shit. I'm gonna assume you still have all that, but the question is it still gold or diamond for each individual weapon? Or is it a more difficult challenge, but if I unlock gold in assault rifles, let's say, I unlock gold for all the assault rifles. Because I actually would prefer having it tougher, but do it once, than have it a little bit easier and do it 36 fucking times.
True. I don't know, like gold, I don't know. I don't know if they do something like that with like gold and diamond and shit, but...
So like, for example, like let's say with diamond, you needed what? Like, let's say, 1,000 fucking game, or 1,000 games with 10 kills per match or something like that. Let's just say it was that. Well, now, because instead it's 10,000 games. You know what I'm saying? Or 10,000, whatever it might be. Make it just a more difficult challenge. Because then technically it's not really different.
Yeah.
You just don't have to do it with each gun.
True.
Like, I would prefer that at least.
That could be dope.
Through progression, and I'm really excited to see the streamers and the content creators jump into this today. I know we all love the gun bench from 2019, so it's exciting.
Yeah.
This does sound amazing. So we've been hearing a little bit about weapon platforms and shared attachments. This is very, very cool stuff. Can you dive into those details though, Joe? I mean, what can we expect?
Yeah, I can add a little bit of what Stephanie said. We had this vision last game with Gunsmith, and we were like, okay, what if you could take an assault rifle and you could make it an SMG? And that was our driving kind of like motivator for that system.
Ayo.
And we kind of hit that. You could take it functionally through attachments, but the weapon name wouldn't change, and we couldn't change the receiver. And really, that's the key thing this game is you can go into Gunsmith, you can set up an AK-47 assault rifle with a thermal optic, with a suppressor, with a grip. And then you can say, you know what, I want to change up the playstyle of this gun. You can swap out the receiver to the AK-74U, make it an SMG, but you can keep that optic, that suppressor, that grip, they all come with. And to what Stephanie said, we have shared attachments within these platforms. We have branching progression. You unlock those guns by playing with other guns. And then we have shared attachments across all guns. And it's all to hit this vision of I'm building up an arsenal of weapons, an arsenal of attachments. I'm sitting down to my gun bench, and I'm going to make the perfect weapon for me.
I think,
bro, the customization is going to be insane.
Each time you hit a branch,
like that.
That's a receiver, and they.
Think about the versatility of that.
Oh yeah,
bro. Think about the fact that you can literally make any gun anything you want. Like, can I make a fucking shotgun into a goddamn sniper rifle?
Imagine, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, can I kind of like how like in Apex when you have the Peacekeeper, when you charge it, how it can fire like really far distance, like that. Like, can I just shoot like slugs, like a sniper, like shit like that, bro? It'd be fucking sweet.
Toxic
I'm all for it. Toxic as fuck, but I'm all for it. I'm all for it now while I'm talking about it, but once I'm in the game, I'm gonna fucking hate it.
Oh yeah, for sure. When you're getting slapped with it, for sure.
Yeah, dude.
And that's
fucking eviscerated.
In reality, functionally, a receiver, is based in that, changing the weapon type, and I think it provides a really seamless experience for players looking to build out the perfect weapon for a multitude of play styles. So you're going to be able to jump into that platform and customize however you want for situational combat. And you're actually going to see the FJX Cinder weapon vault in action today, which is the entirely unlocked Platform 1, the M4, the Mic 4. And the weapon vault maintains its aesthetic properties across all corresponding attachments. So we've heard you talk about the Frankenprint. This is our answer. It's an extremely rare. This is a huge, project for our teams to design these, but it is the ultimate weapon blueprint. And even better, you can unlock the entire Cinder weapon vault with the Vault Edition of Modern Warfare 2.
Give us more money.
Available in beta, so we're going to rock with that thing all weekend long. Okay, so Gunsmith looks incredible. Okay, I'm excited. I cannot wait to get into this one soon. Our streamers are going to get into this one soon as well. But first, guys, we need to hear about maps and modes. We've got our tools to play with, equipment, weapons, maps and modes, though. Let's get into this one. Let's get into the design team, the philosophy, I suppose, behind building out maps. Jeff, this is for you.
Yeah, right from the start, we knew we wanted to build another big map, not only for Battle Royale, but also for this other mode that we've been working on for quite a long time.
I read about
Go
that
on
the internet.
Yeah. But, when you lay out these big maps, it's kind of a collection of all these little POIs, these points of interest. And within each of these, we've really fine-tuned that they can play large-scale core modes like Ground War, and a bunch of others really well. And so you know, stepping back from this large map and looking at how much open world sandboxy gameplay that we have, we looked back at our 6v6 maps and really tried to refine and make them a tighter experience to contrast all this big world
make it tighter.
Kind of exploratory gameplay. So the maps for 6v6, in comparison to the last game, they're just a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more refined, and I think fans will really enjoy how quick they play.
That sounds...
A lot of diversity in those maps as well. A lot of visual variety, some colorful maps in there, and
seen a little
I
bit.
think they feel really clean.
Kind of disappointed a little bit
imagine to be moved today. Excellent.
Of what?
The new Warzone, because it kind of just looks like Warzone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we'll get to. I'm sure we'll get to a thing of that today. But yeah, like I saw a quick like peek of the map or whatever, and I'm fair. Like you know me, I don't play Warzone really, right? But if you showed me both those maps, the current Warzone and the new Warzone, I'd be like, huh, same thing.
That looks like Warzone.
Like, yeah, it just looks like a Warzone map. Like, and I'm sure once you get into it, it's gonna be a little bit better. But like, I guess the only thing that will set it apart is in that moment when you're actually playing it live, real time. Like they said, like all the boat warfare and, you know, different like vehicles and things like that. Those things that will maybe make it feel a little bit more alive, that might make that a little bit less of like the old Warzone.
True.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess so.
Stuff. I might. They're fake. Hey, it's the first time for here on air. We've got some of the maps that we are going to be seeing in MW2. Starting with one, we've got a real fun one here, guys. This is one of the aforementioned.
Is it Shipment?
Team, can you give me some details on Sarif Bay?
So Sarif Bay
I
is
think we've all had enough of Shipment,
town,
bro.
Fuck you. Shipment's the best map in the game.
Yeah, we picked this because it has such a great mix of...
There's your water.
It's right on a harbor, so we get to show off all our boats and our new amphibious APC. And, you know, swimming, as we've already said. But what you get inside the town is this really intense urban combat with all these...
Yeah, you're right. I don't think we're going to see a lot of people swimming.
All this great rooftop combat. And mixed with our
I just don't see... I like the idea of it. Like, if you just like gave it to me on paper, it's a great idea. Yeah. But just like the playability of that is like, you see like that little harbor. Now imagine you're in this building right here. You're just gonna look down at the person and blow their fucking brains out. Like there's nothing that would keep somebody from just sniping you out of the water. Like unless you're literally invisible in the water, which that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So like
those underwater fights look fucking lit.
The underwater fights look great, but like how many people you think are jumping in the water at the same time? Like I just don't see it as being common.
I see it happening after the drop. Right out of the
yeah, maybe right in the drop, like random people just drop in the water or something. Or even like I can even see it as like, let's say like you get in a fight where like you're a gunfight on like a pier or something, and you're about to get knocked and you drop in the water and like hide underneath the bridge to regain your health or something, and then go back. You know, things like that I can see, but like from a tactical situation, but from like an actual battle standpoint, I just don't see it happening a ton.
Yeah. I guess we'll see, man.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the guy that gets killed by the people in the water all the time. I already know that.
Get these really cool parkour combat action happening.
Yeah, I love how you describe the rooftops there on this map specifically as like a separate ecosystem. You can kind of migrate that entire vertical.
You can go up there and just hang out and fight other snipers.
Go on.
Fantastic, Jeff. Okay, so that's one of our larger maps. What about some of the 6v6 maps? I think we have some footage of one of the new maps that we're going to be seeing today, named Mercado Las Almas. Do you mind giving us some details on this one?
Sure. Mercado is a little street
looks like a Call of Duty map.
In a historic section in Mexico. Our story behind this is, you know, the authorities have some intel that narcotics are being smuggled out of a warehouse, and they're going in trying to find and seize them. This map plays really fast and a lot of action right down that center lane. The Mercado is a very dangerous neck of the woods, so watch out when you're
so they got
playing
something
in the beta. It plays fast.
You know, they got something for people that hate BRs.
Yeah, listen, when this game drops, man, I'm going to be playing, I will be honest with you, because I know you don't hear me say this about Call of Duty very much, but I will be playing it a lot. It just won't be in BR. I love Call of Duty multiplayer, but I'm just not a BR guy, man. Just not. except for Apex. I enjoy Apex. That's about it.
Apex is like built for it, you know?
Well, that's the thing is Call of Duty is a first-person shooter with a battle royale mode.
Yeah.
Apex is a battle royale game.
Yeah, yeah.
If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, I think I like the idea of having multiple map sizes, like they said, for different game modes. Yeah. Like he said, there's going to be a big game map for a specific mode and things like that. Like, I like that idea because like that kind of like changes up like the whole strategy too. Like, I know a lot of people who have never even equipped a sniper rifle. Or never even equipped a shotgun, because why would you for like half these maps? But if you're in a game mode where it's all long range, you're more likely to do that. If you're in a game mode like Shipment or a map like Shipment, you're more likely to use those shotguns or SMGs. Like I feel like your variety or to have those like different loadouts and playstyles is going to change. So it keeps the game a little bit fresh rather than having one gun that you use every game mode no matter what, and it's just your go-to. Like that gets boring to me.
Sure. You know, let's hope for a good fucking TDM or a DOM or whatever. What I'm not looking forward to is because for some reason they thought it was a good idea to change the modes every fucking week. They wouldn't even let a week pass before they changed the modes in there, and I hope that's not a thing they do.
In multiplayer or in Battle Royale?
BR.
In Warzone.
Yeah,
that's I mean in Warzone again, like changing the modes is like whatever. I think it'd be better to have a core 4 or 5 modes that you can play no matter what, and then every week or every patch over roll out a unique one, you know, a special mode or something like that is unique to that week or whatever, and then that would get people to want. Remember they did it with they used to actually do it with like the multiplayer last time. Is you had your same shit, you could choose whatever you want, and then like once a month they'd be like, hey, for this weekend it's 24-hour shipment. You know, shit like that, like because they would make people like go back and want to like grind out those guns and grind those things. You know, it's something special.
It's kind of a shame that Call of Duty Mobile did it better than, you know, an actual fucking console / PC game. Dude,
it's one of the things that mobile did right.
Yeah,
mobile did it right. Mobile's systems were phenomenal when it came to that. Like and I know there's gonna be some mobile talk in one of these videos coming out, but they made it so I could go and play the same fucking thing over and over every day if I wanted to, or I could have a completely different experience every day. You had the ability to do those things. People had the ability who don't want variety to go in and play the same shit and grind out guns in Shipment all day as long as they wanted.
Yeah.
But if you didn't want to do that, you didn't have to. You could have a different experience every day. New game modes, tons of skins, tons of like things that like you could get without paying a ridiculous amount of money for or having to like unlock. It was just available. Like that's something that they need to like take they need to take the mobile playbook, which I never thought I would ever say about anything.
That's outrageous.
And implement it into their main games. There's no reason why they can't. There's no fucking reason.
For sure.
Really cannot wait. Looks fantastic, and again, interesting to see how that ties into campaigns and whatnot. All sorts of fun and games ahead of us. Looks amazing. Battle maps, core maps, 6v6. All this looks fantastic. But let's go back to modes. So we've seen some maps.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Do you like 6v6 as multiplayer?
I do. Yeah.
Would you be open? Because I think that's like the standard, right? 6v6.
Yeah.
Would you be open to like 3v3 multiplayer matches or 10v10s, 12v12s, things like that? Or do you like having that core 6v6 and just leaving it at that?
I do think different variants would be pretty fucking fun. Like 3v3s for certain like
small maps
or whatever.
Yeah, like those real small maps or like like being able to do like a trios small map TDM. Like those would be like quick, fun, like fast-paced matches, right? But then it's like if I'm gonna have a 6v6 in a small map, it gets cluttered. But if I have a 6v6 in a large map, it's like I spend half the time looking for people.
Yeah.
Having a scale would be good for that, I feel like.
I think something they should incorporate is, you know, the wait time that you have in team death matches and shit.
Yeah.
If you can actually kill them in the waiting lobby. You know, if they incorporate
kind of like how Warzone has like that wait that.
Yeah, where you can still like level up your guns and shit like that.
That would be sick. Like a warm-up zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if it was something as simple as just a firing range.
Sure.
Literally anything to make it so that way we're not as streamers loading into a game and then doing this.
Yeah.
And waiting for sometimes who knows how long. Sometimes it's over 30 seconds, which is crazy.
Sure. There's
so
only
like
so much you can emote on someone, you know?
Exactly. So like if you dude, I love that idea actually. If you could like go into like even a firing range or just some sort of whatever and just like fuck around with each other, like that would be huge, I think.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I like that idea.
Maps. What about the modes being played on battle maps? We will have the return of Ground War, but we've got a new large-scale mode that you've alluded to, right? Let's talk Invasion.
Oh.
So Invasion is it's a big war map. It's Big War TDM, or we affectionately call it the shipment of Ground War. It's 20v20 players, but there's also 20 AI on each team. AI are coming in fast roping, they're coming in on medium birds.
That's what we just were talking about.
And it's this high action mode. It's super fun, but it's also really chill. The announcer's not barking at you. He's not saying like, hey, get to B, you know, they're taking C. You can kind of play it how you want to play it. You sit up on a rooftop and snipe. You can grab a shotgun and go room clearing. If you push too far into the enemy's base, AI will come hunt you. But we've also been conscious of where we put AI in multiplayer. We didn't put AI in kill streaks or anything like that because we don't want AI showing up in search and destroy. We don't want AI in domination. This mode, though, however, was built for AI, and it's a super fun mode. Can't wait for people to try it.
Kind of a funny aside, you know, we took the name Ground War from a playlist in MW2, and that was just large-scale TDM and DOM. And we kind of did the DOM in the last game, and now we're able to add kind of the sandbox TDM, and so we're kind of completing the cycle of that that old playlist.
Yeah.
So what is it? It's just trying to invade the other side's base?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's basically like it's almost like a DOM, but there's an AI involved.
I'm not sure. I guess I understand the AI part of it. Like if it's 20v20, like they don't mean like bots, right?
Maybe.
Would you need bots for 20v20? Like I don't really understand like that. Like that's something we're gonna have to like see for ourselves. I feel like that's. That's
a weird one.
20v20 that was crazy, dude.
That would be nuts.
That map's gotta be a good size. It's gotta be. Like it's obviously not like a Warzone size, but it's gotta be fucking. It's gotta be hefty.
Yeah, it's TDM, but you know, just a little more extra.
TDM with a goal.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, this large-scale stuff looks amazing. This looks so awesome. And okay, so what about the new 6v6 modes? Let's keep dialing it in closer and closer. Steph, what have we got?
Yeah, so we also have 2 new 6v6 modes that you're going to be seeing here played today, and they will be in beta, in Prisoner Rescue and Knockout.
Prisoner Rescue. Okay, let's go into Prisoner Rescue first, Joe.
So Prisoner Rescue is an attack and defend mode. It's a round-based mode. The defenders have 2 prisoners. They're kind of spread out, and they need to keep hold of them. The goal of the attackers is to get to those prisoners, pick them up, and carry them to exfil. When you pick them up, you enter what's called a wounded carry, where they're up on your shoulders and you can't use your primary weapons. Instead, you can use a pistol if you brought it, or you're just stuck with a fist.
Okay.
But the way that we give the attackers an advantage once they grab that prisoner is they get a radar sweep for their team, so they can call out where the defenders are. And the objective icon over the prisoner goes away as soon as they scoop them up. So now the defenders have to basically rotate back to the exfil and set up defensive positions. And it's this adrenaline pushing like mode once you grab that prisoner and try and get them out.
Can the prisoner be killed?
You know, big S&D energy in this mode, which resonates with me in my time in esports. So this is my personal favorite of the new ones, and also sort of the strategic revives that happen. There is a revive mechanic, and so you are able to pick up your teammates, and I've seen some pretty wild comebacks in our playtest so far.
It was a lot of fun. We got to play a tiny bit yesterday. It was amazing. Incredibly fun, and I know the community is going to love diving into it over the next week. Okay, I can hardly believe that there's actually a lot more content to get through, but there's one more thing I have to bring up. I have the honor of officially announcing that third-person view is finally coming to Modern Warfare. What are the details behind this one? We got a little teaser of it on stage from Patro, but what are the details?
Yeah, you saw a little hint of it in the trailer, too. it's been a pet project for us, right? We've always wanted to do
third person mode.
And while we're working on all this other stuff, we've been kind of
dude, I'm kind of pumped for that actually.
And the cool thing is that it's a modifier on our game, right? We can just turn on third person. In the beta, we're playing it in hardpoint, but we want to try it post-launch in S&D. We want to try it in VR. And we have, camera work. The camera collision's been reworked.
I feel bad for anybody because by the sounds of it, that's going to be a thing that you can do at any point. So you're in BR, there's other people doing third person, there's other people doing first person. The people who are doing first person is going to get absolutely fucking rolled by everyone in third person because they're able to see around the corners,
right?
They're able to see around rocks and trees.
So the only thing I can think of that makes sense for that, right? Because he just said you can turn it on and off. I mean, we're not talking about it. He said in hard point. He said in multiplayer modes. So the only thing I can think of is I remember I used to say all the time how much I loved third person in Battle Royale for COD Mobile. I loved being able to play third person, right? I thought it was one of the few things that like in Call of Duty that I like genuinely liked that they did, right?
Yeah.
But the thing was, is if I selected first person mode, you could not be switched to third person mode. But if I engaged the game in third person mode, I can switch between the two as I want because third person's obviously the advantage.
Of course.
So the only thing I can think of that they would allow this to happen is if there was a specific third person mode that you can enter and then switch back and forth as you're in game if you want. I don't know why you'd want to.
I don't know.
If there's a third person option, I think most people will probably take it. I don't know if they would for small map. Like trying to like get in and out of like close quarters and small rooms and stuff and around. I feel like that's tough to do in third person because the camera will be all over the place. You're going to want to stay first person there. But in like a large scale Warzone type map, third person's going to fucking school.
Yeah.
There's no question about it.
Heavily.
And I plan on utilizing it.
Yeah.
You know what? This might sound like petty of me. I don't know. Again, as an RPG person, like the fact that like I pay money in Call of Duty for skins and then I can't see them, that's kind of annoying. Third person mode is a little bit more RPG. Like I feel like I can like that's my guy. I can see what I have. My guy looks, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. That's like a level of immersion that I like. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Like I just spent $30 on a skin that you can only see in the fucking lobby.
Yeah, you can see the gloves.
Yeah, exactly. Or if it's like Apex, you can see my wonky spaghetti arms.
True.
There's a water camera. There's an interior camera. You can feel the weapon shake when you're firing with it. And it's just, we've put a lot of work into it, and we're excited for people to give it a try.
Incredible. I can't wait to see what third-person COD feels like in 2022. Sexy
Hell
skins
yeah.
and everything. This is a lot of information, Steph. Like, there's a ton here.
I tried to warn you. They're delivering a lot of new features for you guys to try out ahead of release. And I said we were going to be bold with this beta, and we are, but there's even more to come at launch. So
Go on.
This is just a taste.
How is this just a taste? How can there be even
Look at all the
more?
ring lights.
We haven't even got to
I know.
We're not even okay. Okay, so what about this year's third mode?
So I'm happy to say that Special Ops will return as our third mode and will be focused on two-player missions, asymmetrical in game design. So
it's us, Cheese.
Support, one player on the ground, and I think the OG fans will be really excited because we've looked at some of the iconic Modern Warfare missions like Overwatch and really try to implement some of those themes into the design. So we'll be talking more about Special Ops in the months to come.
Steph, you're saying I should be looking now for a Special Ops partner.
Sitting right next to you.
Yes, you are.
Go on. Yeah, man. I mean,
he's trying to hit.
Yeah, of course he is. I mean, listen. To me, all right. No, you go first. Anything that you wish that they had besides like that one thing you're talking about with the lobbies? Anything that like you're hoping for? Anything that you like are excited about?
I want it to be easier for people like us to, have the potential to get a win and not get absolutely rolled or
God, we suck.
fucking
We
sweaty
suck.
motherfuckers. Yeah,
A balancing system.
A balancing system for sure, like a true balancing system, not this bullshit that they claim is a balancing system. Then you go in and you get fucking pinged right in the head the second you step foot on the ground.
Agreed.
I don't want that. It's dumb. Like all the fucking Nadias of the goddamn world, fucking, you know.
So that's another big one. Like, listen, you're a AAA billion-dollar company. If you can't do any anti-cheat right, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Sorry, there just is. There's something wrong there. Like, and I'm not for it. Like, we need to get rid of the anti-cheat. It's gotten so bad to the point where, like, when somebody gets killed, they just assume the person was cheating.
Yeah, true.
That's not a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're better, you're better. That's fine.
Yeah,
but like, if it's gotten to a point now where like you see people like you just, hey, speak of the devil, Nadia here, you don't know what you're gonna get.
It's true. And you know, the thing is, like, a lot of these people play on controller, and the controller, the aim assist is pretty fucking nutty, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen some aim assist where someone would just, you know, put the controller down, go to piss, and you'd see enemies walking past the doorways or whatever,
and their thing is like this.
Actually lock on. Yeah. Like, it's absolutely fucking nutty. And you know, people will say, "Well, you got a whole arm on your mouse and key." Bro, I'm telling you, man, if you fucking tweak it enough on a controller, it's pretty much like cheating, using fucking walls and everything, man. Like, maybe that's the case with Nadia, because I know she uses a controller. Maybe it's just she's got her fucking system tweaked so much on the fucking aim assist that it just makes it look like she's cheating because it locks on so well. I've seen it, you know.
Yeah.
I hope that's not a fucking thing. I really do.
Yeah. I agree. And you'll know it right away too, like, because when you first get into game and you start playing it, it's gonna feel normal. It's gonna feel like a normal game, normal Call of Duty. And then 3 weeks in, when people have figured out how to get their cheat systems on the game, and there's just this massive like jump in talent.
Yep.
Excuse me. This massive jump in talent, then you're gonna know that it's happening. You're gonna be able to tell when you go from even playing moderately, you know, to just getting deleted every time you hop in game. You're gonna know what's happening. Yeah. And if you can't tell, we're both sick as shit. If anyone watching can tell,
yeah.
It's because we were making out.